This is your latest Manchester United transfer news as United promise transfers this summer. Who will it be? Well, it probably won't be Tchouaméni. We've got an update on him. We'll also be talking about Alex Scott, who now appears to be Man United's #1 target. Probably going from our 6th choice midfielder to our #1 marquee signing, if we can make it happen.
And it's a here we go confirmed. And here we go also in this case. And then guys, it's not a surprise for you. I told you before even the confirmation of what happened, the verbal agreement is in place.
Also, we've got updates on a price for Nmecha if we go there. Could Man Utd come back into the equation and we sign another midfielder from Italy, and a few other bits as well I want to react to in relation to Ben Jacobs' very good interview with Beth this afternoon as well. Obviously some things mentioned in there that I just want to have my say on as well. But look, as I said, some interesting things coming out today around Manchester United. I do want to talk about the Tchouaméni story, of course, but look, first things first. John Woolley says people lost jobs, charities were cut off, ticket prices went up, brief all year we're going to bring in a big name, enter Baleba and a plot of land, says John Woolley. Yeah, I mean, their treatment of ordinary working people has been despicable. They hike your prices up, they sack people, they take money away from charities, but hey, trust the process. We got United fans out here, trust the process. Don't call them out. Trust the process. Yeah, you know, we're the problem for calling them out. Trust the process. Yeah, trust the process. They've absolutely rinsed the ordinary working person associated with United. Ticket prices through the roof when we weren't even in Europe. Half the workforce sacked. Charities deprived of money. Yeah, trust the process. The rich get richer. The rich get richer. I absolutely care about our club, but the levels of embarrassment forced on us by the owners and the board is sickening, and us deserve better than they deliver, says Mike. Thomas, we've done yours about panic buying. You got to... done that one there. Robert McCormack says, I think fans be more excited about Wharton. I don't think Wharton's happening, Robert. I hope you're doing well, by the way. I don't think Wharton's happening. Whether he should happen or not, I don't think he is. I think that was something that United probably briefed a long time ago to stop people thinking that might happen. So until Wharton gets mentioned, I don't think he's a problem. There may well be, I mentioned it before, there may well be a revisit of Man Utd. There may well be a visit of someone like that. You know, Edison was a player we looked at for 4 years and we came back in for him, you know, and got him. Man Utd was a player that we were looking at last summer who has played for France when they've rested Tchouaméni. I just wonder if we're going to go and do something like that, because Alex Scott to me looks very difficult. Nmecha looks very difficult. Baleba would be an admission of failure. So I feel they've got to go and do something. I feel, and I suppose it's exciting in a way, I feel they might pull a name out of nowhere that no one's talking about. And, you know, Man Utd was a player we looked at last summer and we did like him. Maybe we go and do that. It would be surprising to sign 2 players from Serie A, having, you know, glazed ourselves about the ability to, you know, buy Premier League proven players, but maybe we do go and do something like that. Do you think Boadi's realistic, Mark? You sort of glazed over it. I think with Boadi, the story is... Look, Boadi reminds me of people who got excited about Elliot Anderson throughout the whole season and wasted their time. It looks as unlikely as anything because a lot of decent clubs are looking at him, and unless he's a, you know, United fan from youth who would only sign for us, you know, unless he's an Mbeumo who is an obsessed Man United fan and would turn everybody down to come here, I don't know how we would do that. I also don't know how we'd have the money to do it as well. So that's my expectation on that. I think it'd be very, very difficult to do. If these owners owned any other club, they would have been pulled out by now. We as fans are responsible for this situation. We need unity and need to make sure the first 5 games at home get cancelled, says 2727. 2720 Sandy. Dylan says, I was never crazy about Fernandes, but what's frustrating is how long we spent on the deal when we knew their asking price the whole time. It's like we have a history of lowering transfer fees. Thank you, Dylan. Patrick Lynch says, all our targets have been very different types of midfielders. If we're being more data-driven, how do we not have a name of a target similar to Fernandes other than Alex Scott, who will cost just as much? This is why I think there might be something a little bit out there. And what you got to remember, Patrick, as well, is that we're not... The list is shit now. Like, all the really good... You know, if you don't get Tonali, but you get Tchouaméni, happy days. If you don't get Tonali or Tchouaméni, but you get Anderson, happy days. But they're all gone. So where are we going now? Whoever they go for now, I think a section of this fan base will go, that's not good enough. So they may as well go a little bit out there. You know, they may as well go and get a Stiller or a Man Utd. And I do wonder if that's what we're going to do. Now, if they go and get Stiller, I mean, I doubt they watch the United stand, but if they did go and buy Stiller, they'd have a friend in me. They would. I really like him. I don't think we're going to go and get Sander Berg run Forest, because I think United, as badly run as they are, I don't think they're complete and utterly blind. I think they might go and do a Man Utd or a Stiller or something like that, who will be under £60 million, but excited. And we are now waiting to see who the player is that United are going to go for next. A lot of people believe it will be Alex Scott. I understand that at the moment. And I do like the player, even though he's got to be classed as option F, because there's so many players we've missed out on. I actually think we're going to go for someone like a Kone or a Stiller or someone like that. I think that's where we're going to go next. But, there's not many great signings left in the window, is there? And we'll have to wait and see what they're going to do. Slow Sports News says, go get Tchouaméni, then go and get Nmicha. Prolific players with real talent to move fast and destroy teams. Do these two and I'll forgive no left back for now, as that looks like Mazraoui's new spot. Thank you very much. Okay, I am live watching Ralf Rangnick against Spain. Not on his own, that would be preposterous. It's Austria-Spain at 8 o'clock. And then straight after that at midnight, we are doing Ronaldo, Bruno, Dalot, Portugal versus Croatia.
And then, guys, just to close for today's video, I wanted to mention also Crysencio Summerville, because for the Dutch winger from West Ham, of course, there will be a move this summer. We had reports over the last 24 hours about Manchester United being in advanced talks to sign, or opening talks to sign Crysencio Summerville. Guys, my understanding is the following. Man United focus is on midfielders. Man United want to sign midfielders. In midfield, they want to do something. For Somerville, they appreciate the player. He's a player under consideration. I told you 2 weeks ago. Under consideration. That's it. I'm told that negotiations, club to club, or with the agents of the player, have not started as of now. If that will happen later on, I will let you know. But Man United are not in active talks now for Crysencio Summerville. He's a player under consideration, but again, we have to understand also what happens with Rashford. Because as of today, Rashford is at Manchester United, and if Rashford doesn't leave, of course, the situation of Crysencio Summerville could be more complicated. So that's the status of the story. Guys, as always, I remind you to like this video, to turn on the notification bell, to subscribe to the channel, and remember, comment as always. Let me know your opinion on all these stories.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I will speak to you 10 a.m. tomorrow back on here, but do get involved on That's Football. Take care.